All right, it's 5:20 a.m. It is pitch black outside. And I am going to take, I don't know what you're doing.
Just leave your hand there.
Okay, I am going to take a hike to the top of the tallest dune and hopefully get there, around sunrise or so. But right now it is pitch black outside. Wish me luck. So it sounds like coyotes. They're in the distance. I think so too. Hey, there's tracks. I can follow those tracks. Let's stop a moment here and give some background info. We are at the Great Sand Dunes National Park in southern Colorado, about midpoint between Denver and Albuquerque, New Mexico. No drones? The day before the hike, we went to the main parking lot to check out the dunes and plan my route. Looking at the ridges, I planned to start off heading right and then switch back to the top. A race to the top. It looks huge. It's hard to believe that's only 750 feet high. Finding the line in the darkness would be the challenge. At least my headlamp would provide light to help me find the way. At least that was the plan. Well, as you might be able to make out over there, the sun is just starting to rise. No longer pitch black outside. I was crossing the flats at the foot of the dunes when my headlamp went out. I brought no backup light. It was a clear night and the sky was filled with stars, but there was no moon, no moonlight. But with my eyes, I can actually kind of make out a ridge. But it's bright enough to see the next step in front of me. 5:55 a.m. So right there would be the parking lot. It's getting a little brighter out. And definitely bright enough for me to see. I don't know if this camera can pick it up. But there is a ridge that I found. I'm following. I believe this will take me to the left and then to the right to the top. Hopefully. You can make out there's a flashlight of someone following me. That is the summit that I'm looking for and the ridge I'm following. Okay. Should be bright enough to pick up on the camera. That is the way I came, following that ridge up. That would be where I came from, by those trees. This is the ridge I'm following. Hopefully it'll take me to the top. Time check, it's 6:12 a.m. Slow going. That's the ridge I came up. I should mention that there are no other people on this trail. I'm the only one. Just a few steps and I'm out of breath. The reason why I wanted to be at the top before sunrise was to see the shadows of the dunes. There is a fairly small window of time in the morning and evening when you can capture those iconic images of the sand dunes casting shadows over themselves. Once the sun is above a certain point, you lose all depth and the dunes look flat. Little walking filming. At this point, I believe I was here on my planned route. Blame it on the disorientation of walking in near blackness, but my mind was thinking, or at least hoping, I was already at the top. By now, there was enough light for me to see I had a long way to go and had to hurry to get there before the sun came up.
Oh. That peak is obviously taller than I am. That little puny hill was the peak I thought I was at the top. That would probably be my destination there. I'm climbing up this ridge because it's manageable. That being the way I came, parking lot being that way. Found a new ridge to follow. But from this ridge you get to see the backside of these hills. So I'm stopping to film. This is the ridge I'm going to follow for a ways, hoping to get to there. Alright, I don't know if you can make out that black speck sitting on the ridge over there. I thought that was a person. I thought, wow, someone beat me up here. Took a still photo of it, zoomed in. It's a crow. So that black speck is a crow, which means that's not as far away as I thought. So maybe I can make it. Well, texting with Darlene, she can't find me. Okay, can you make that out? Crow tracks. So, this was the crow that I saw. Oh, he just like walks up here. More walking than flying for him. The crow tracks keep going. And this is where I think he took off. Hop, hop, and then he was up in the air. Almost to the summit. Oh, I made it. Oh. Oh. Made it to the top of the tallest dune.
So I made it to the top. But where am I? I was thinking I was at the top of Star Dune, which is at 755 feet. Looking at the map now, I think I made it to the top of High Dune, which is 699 feet high.
All right, I made it to the top of Star Dune. So this is the tallest one, as you can tell from my panning. But it does not appear to be the tallest from the parking lot, because the parking lot is over my shoulder. And as you can see, you can't see the parking lot from here, which means you can't see this dune peak from the parking lot. Well, for the record, if you want to count sunrise as sun coming over the mountain, I did make it to the top just before the sun came over the ridge. So now you get a lot of different shadows. Wish I had a snack. I could use one.
Therefore, anyone who hears these words of mine and acts on them will be like a wise man who builds his house on the rock. And the rain fell, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and slammed against that house, and yet it did not fall, for it had been founded on the rock. And everyone who hears these words of mine and does not act on them will be like a foolish man who built his house on the sand. And the rain fell, and the floods came, and the winds blew and slammed against that house, and it fell, and its collapse was great.
Making my way down. This being one of the steepest parts to climb up. And very cool footprint shadows. Make a much better time going down than up. In that short a time, I just climbed down that big hill. And there's the summit off there to the right. Much more interesting filming going downhill. You don't hear me exhausted, breathing like crazy. Just spoke with a couple from Switzerland. They're here on holiday. They're used to the mountains, but not used to the sand. All right, from this view, you can kind of see the whole path. There's the parking lot that I started from, walking pretty much straight across it. I went a little to the left, and then a little to the right. And my first sub peak was that one there, right in the center. And then from there, I climbed along this ridge and then switched back to the path that I'm on here. Just spinning around slowly. And then making my way along this ridge to the top. And you can see there is a man approaching the top, probably the guy from Switzerland.
All right, time to take the, oh my gosh, that's a lot of sand.
That's a lot of sand.
If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Thanks for watching.